Hi everyone, welcome to the muster drill. I'm Scott, I'm on the Carnival Magic, and we're on our last sea day back to Norfolk. Hi everyone, welcome back. So before I get started today, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of our subscribers and our viewers. I really truly appreciate all of your support. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would ask you to hit that subscribe button now. It will really help us out a lot and it won't cost you anything. And it tells YouTube that you are interested in the kind of content we're creating. So I would really appreciate it if you would just hit that subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. That way you'll know every single time we upload a new video. The Carnival Magic is an amazing, awesome ship, and I have had such a great time on board. This is my second time on the Carnival Magic. I've also been on the Breeze. And the Vista class ships are very similarly designed and laid out. It's truly one of my favorite Carnival ships. I've had just a great time. Now, there's been some issues on this sailing that I want to mention. However, for the most part, this sailing has been great. So when we were arriving in Nassau on Monday, the day started out great. And by the time we had gotten to the port of Nassau, it was pouring down rain, it was storming, and it was just a horrible, terrible day. We did have two other ships in port with us that day. We had Carnival Elation and MSC Divina. There seemed to be no shortage of people getting off the ship to go and explore Nassau despite the weather. And when we arrived at Half Moon Cay on Tuesday, things were 100 times worse. Now I'm going to be throwing some video up here of how the decks were just continuously flooding. They had towels down to the entrances of the Lido Marketplace to prevent the water from coming into the buffet. The crew were working tirelessly to try to push the water back, and they were just not able to keep the water back. You're going to see in the videos here that the water is just continuing to come in and the crew are just pushing it back and pushing it back. My absolute surprise started to take people over to the island. However, not long after they sent a few of the tenders over, the captain came on and made an announcement that he needed to suspend the tender service over to the island due to safety concerns.
I'm very sorry that our visit was interrupted by the current weather condition. I trust you understand this decision was made with everyone's safety in mind. We know this change impact your plan for the day, and we're sorry for any disappointment it has caused. Our team has a prepared activity, entertainment, which I'm sure you will enjoy. Our moving and departure from here is set in about an hour. Once we're the north side clear from a shower that is passing, we move out and proceed to Freeport. We expect to arrive tomorrow. Your purchase of Carnival short excursion of Half Moon Cay will be automatically refunded to your Sailing Sign account. Thank you for your understanding.
I later found out that those who had made it to the island, they were not allowed to go into the ocean. They were unable to order drinks at the pirate bar because the computers were down. So it was really kind of a wasted day. So even though the weather is not Carnival's fault, I know a lot of people were commenting that they believe the only reason why Carnival stopped at Half Moon, despite the weather, and actually sent some tender boats over to the island was so that they didn't have to refund the port fees to the entire ship. It doesn't matter because it was due to weather, and that is not Carnival's fault. So that day was even worse than the day before, and through the entire 2 days of terrible, horrible weather, there was just extra long lines. It's what you would expect because people were not in ports. Everyone was stuck on the ship, so there were extra long lines at all of the, restaurant buffets, extra long lines at Blue Iguana and Guys and for the Mongolian Wok in the Lido Marketplace. Now, obviously, none of this was Carnival's fault, and I don't think anybody was blaming Carnival for this, but it just kind of added to the aggravation of what everyone had gone through at the port, and then, you know, really hoping that the cruise would be just fantastic and really kind of make up for that. And it did get off to a good start, but then we had some unfortunate weather that just kind of, you know, compounded the issue. But otherwise, you know, when we got to Freeport, everything was great. It was a beautiful day, and there were a lot of people that ended up getting off the ship in Freeport. I'm going to throw another video up here where you can see the incredibly long line to get back on the ship at Freeport. Now, in my opinion, the cruise line's staffing issues are definitely contributing to some of these lines and some of the delays that we're dealing with. However, in the port of Norfolk, that was not Carnival personnel. That was an independent contractor that works for the port. So Carnival was not responsible for the horrible situation at the port and at the parking. But with the ship, there's definitely some staffing issues. You know, the cruise lines have mentioned that, and we're definitely seeing some delays in some places, but not really terrible. I will mention, though, that the internet does not seem to be any better, and there was a lot of complaints in the Facebook group about the internet, because I don't really remember having these issues pre-pandemic with the internet. I always thought it worked pretty good on both Royal Caribbean and Carnival ships that I had sailed. So in any event, definitely a lot of complaints about that, but that's kind of a first world problem, isn't it? The other thing that I wanted to mention about this sailing is I have been cruising for a very long time, and cruise ducks have always been a very big part of cruising. It's a really great thing to do while you're on a cruise ship, and if you don't know what cruise ducks are or whatever, I encourage you to Google it, because this sailing has been the most duck-centric sailing I have ever seen in my life. Now, I think it's all thanks to our Facebook group moderator. I'm going to throw her picture up here. I think she called herself the Duck Lady or whatever. She's a very nice lady. I had a very nice conversation with her. And she gave me this little duck on a dice when it has a refrigerator magnet on it here. So thank you very much for the duck. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so this cruise has just been crazy, Duck. I'm going to throw some posts from a Facebook group up here, and there's probably like hundreds more that I'm not including in here, but it's really great. I was really, surprised to see how duck crazed this sailing is, but I think it's great. It's definitely helped out on those 2 horrible weather days. I went to Deal or No Deal. I really love Deal or No Deal. When that show was on TV, it was one of my favorites, and I just am so happy that Carnival developed that show for the cruises. So I went there last night and checked the show out, and there was a $5,000 winner last night, and I think that's awesome. So her and her girlfriends were so excited. She got to go up on the stage here. I think I have a picture or 2 of it here I'll throw up here, but in any event, she won the $5,000, and and congratulations to her. Another quick thing I wanted to mention, while we were in Freeport, we were docked next to the new Margaritaville at sea. I cannot wait to get on that ship. I noticed something coming out of the ship in the center, and I have some video here of it, as well as a still image that I think I'm a little bit more zoomed in on. I have no idea what that is. I don't think there's an environmental concern to it or anything else. If you have any idea what is coming out of this ship, feel free to leave me a comment below and let's talk about it, or let's not talk about it. It's up to you. Hi everyone. Well, I'm off the ship. However, the de-embarkation process was almost as bad and as disorganized as embarkation. Again, the nightmare began when I got into the terminal. The process was super slow. I had 2 bags. They would not let me go down the escalator under any circumstances. They made me go down the elevator. There's one really small, tiny elevator in there. It takes about 4 people and their bags. And I was stuck in this really long line again for nearly 45 minutes. Then they don't do smile and go here, so I had to go through standard customs. That was pretty quick and easy. And then there was a super long line coming out of the terminal building leading down to Nauticus for the shuttle buses. And they would not let anybody through. They kept making sure that everyone was standing there and that there was not a long line at the shuttle buses themselves. So they kept kind of queuing people at the building. I finally was able to push through the crowd and tell them that I was not taking Uber or a shuttle and that I just needed out of there. And she reluctantly let me go. The entire embarkation and debarkation process is an absolute beyond nightmare, and I just will not sail from here again. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button, and then don't forget to click the subscribe button. It won't cost you anything. You click it once and you're done, and it'll really help us out a lot. And then don't forget to click that notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.